All right, I've got a couple metal detectors with me here today, one being the Equinox 900 and the other being the Garrett AT Pro. So as far as the Equinox goes, I'm actually going to speak as if it's a 600 so that it puts it in the same price range as the Garrett AT Pro. I've had a couple of subscribers ask to see like some comparisons between an older model detector and a newer model detector and what features are available and whether or not they perform better than the older model detectors out there. So I've chosen the Garrett AT Pro at this point. It is a detector that I'm giving away. So I've only got it here for a little while longer and then it'll be gone. So also wanted to state that I'm not, saying that one's better than the other. I'm just going to fulfill the request for someone that wants to see it out in the field and see the features that are available on each one so that they can make their own decision on whether or not they want to upgrade. So let's take a look at the Garrett AT Pro first, and then we'll take a look at the Equinox, and then we'll go out in the field and do some comparisons. Well, see some comparison videos. I will say that one of these videos that I'm going to show is from a past hunt, and I was actually using an Equinox 600 at the time. Okay, so now I have in front of me the Garrett AT Pro. Fairly simple machine to use. Came out in 2010. And it was kind of revolutionary at the time it came out. Garrett did a good job. They sold a lot of these over the years. I'm not sure what the original price was, but currently it's about $550. It is a waterproof design. You can use it for parks, beach, like freshwater beach hunting, relic hunting, and to some extent gold hunting. Because it's 15 kilohertz, it will work for gold, especially if you have the small coil on. So a lot of people bought these detectors. They were very popular for relic hunters and coin shooters. In fact, if you go to American Digger magazine and you go to the Just Dug section, you'll see a lot of those finds back in 2010 through probably 2017. A lot of those finds were made with the Garrett AT Pro. Buttons across the bottom, we'll start on those first. You have the ground balance button, which you just push that in, pump the coil to ground balance. The ELM is for eliminate, so if you're going to use your notch disc, I'll show you how that works. You can move it over to a segment and then eliminate that segment. And I believe it notches out 5 target IDs at a time. On the center here, you have your pinpoint button. Off to the left of that, you have iron audio. Turn that on or off, and you'll see it light up here, whether it's on or off. And then here's your mode change button. So if you push that button, there's 6 different modes. It's now in standard, custom, and you can just go down and go to the 3 standard modes. And then after that, you got the 3 pro modes. I generally hunt when I use it in Pro Zero. So if you want to add some iron disc, you would use this button going up or down. Pro Zero generally starts at 0, but you can adjust within it, and you'll see the number change up here. Here's your sensitivity level adjustment. And just adjust that up or down. Obviously, go as high as you can without it becoming unstable, which kind of is now. So if you were going to hunt with a back off one. Then your notch disc. The way that works is you can start notching stuff out at 40 and above. So if you move this along, there's a little cursor, which I don't know if you can see it. Moves along the top of the numbers here, and if you want to eliminate that segment, you just push this. That'll eliminate it. If you want to bring it back, you just push it again. So fairly simple machine to use. It does not have wireless headphones, but you can buy an adapter to get wireless headphones. And then it does not have rechargeable batteries per se, although you can buy rechargeable batteries and stick them in, and you load the batteries in the back here. It's got a waterproof seal. Let's take it outside and we'll do a little bit of testing with it. Going to go over like a depth test on my yard. We'll look at how it performs on some different size gold nuggets, and then we'll look at how well it separates. And then I've got some segments from some past hunts that I will throw in to show how it operates, and I may even take it out to a park or something and then we'll get the other detector out, a more modern detector, and show you how it compares. What I have here is the Equinox 900, and I'm going to speak as if it's the 600. The 600 is a lot closer in price to AT Pro, and so that's why I'm going to speak as if this is a 600. A lot of the functions on it are the same, although the 900 does come with a lot more adjustability versus the 600, and the 900 comes with 2 prospecting modes, which the 600 does not. I also will say that the 600 does not come with headphones, wireless headphones. It does come with plug-in headphones. You can purchase wireless headphones, so it has the ability to take them, and you can use a Bluetooth headphone, or they've got a module that works with it. And the other thing I'm going to say is I don't know how long the 600 is going to be available, because the Equinox 600 or the Equinox 700 just came out, and my assumption is that they will probably discontinue it. So if you're watching this video at a later date, you may have to look at the 600 or the Equinox 700 instead. And so the Equinox 600 also has a rechargeable battery built into it. So you would just plug it in to charge it. You don't have to take a battery out. And then let's just go over some of the functions. I'm going to kind of run through this quick. I mean, I will just say that there's a lot more features available on the Equinox 600 than there are going to be on the Garrett AT Pro. And so that's one of the advantages of upgrading to a newer detector is all the technology that's around now. So if we go into search modes on the 600, you're going to have 2 park modes, 2 field modes, and 2 beach modes. And then this has gold, but we're going to skip those. If you use the Equinox 600 on the beach, it's going to do a saltwater beach. It's going to do a lot better than the AT Pro, because the AT Pro is a single frequency detector and the Equinox 600 is multi. So that's one advantage that you're going to see right there. If you go into the sensitivity setting, you would just push either the plus or minus key. That immediately takes you to sensitivity, and you can adjust up or down from there, up to 25, down to probably 1, I believe. And then to get into your pinpoint function, you would just push the pinpoint button. To get out of it, you just take it off. Where you change your frequency. So on this it goes up to 40, but I'm pretty certain that the 600 only goes up to 20, possibly only 15. Now to get into to where you can adjust the different programs on the Equinox, you're going to push the gear. Let's go to the beginning. So in the beginning, you've got noise cancel. So you would hit the noise cancel button and then, or get into the noise cancel program and then hit the check X button to initiate a noise cancel. Next thing you're going to get is ground balance. So here you can either manually adjust up and down your ground balance. You can pump the coil by holding the plus minus key and pumping the coil over the ground, or you can just click the plus minus key and turn it into tracking, or take it off of tracking, and the indication is up here. And then the next thing you got on the menu is volume. Now this is in Ferris volume. So if you were to long press from the main screen, you're going to go into Ferris volume, where you can adjust that up and down. So next, this is threshold. You can adjust your threshold up and down. On the 600, you're going to have 1 tone, 2, 5, and on the 600 it'd be 50 tones. All tones comes up on the 900, and then if you long press, there are sections in there where you can adjust the tones and the pitch and things like that within different segments. But okay, so if we long press and go back out of that, the next thing we've got is where you can accept and reject targets. So you can move your cursor up and take these out one at a time, and bring them back in. And if you want to know how to do that, just go to the manual to figure that out. I don't really have time to explain it in this video, but it is an option there, just like the Garrett AT Pro, although you can take out 1 segment at a time, whereas on the Pro you've got 5 segments at a time being taken out. Okay, so from there we go to iron bias. So the 600 has I believe, FE and F2 iron bias. I know the 800 did, and I think they upgraded the 6 to include those as well. But as far as being able to adjust them goes, there probably are only like 3 levels of adjustment in the 600, whereas the 800, the 900, and those you can adjust all the way from like 1 to 6, and then, or 1 to 9, I mean. Let's see, we should make sure on that. Yeah, 9. And then if you, and that's one thing that the Garrett AT Pro does not have, is the ability to adjust iron bias. So that would allow you to loosen it up. 0 is the loosest, unmask better, or you can tighten it up, go clear up to 9, then you won't have as much falsing, and your targets you're getting are going to be more likely to be a good target rather than, you know, something close to iron or something falsing. Then if you long press on that, that goes into your recovery speed. And there again, on the 600, that's going to jump a couple numbers at a time. You've only got like 3 adjustments, whereas on the Equinox 800 and 900 and stuff, you can go all the way up to 8. So that's a quick rundown on the Equinox 600. And so then let's take them out now into the field and take a look at what they can do. Alright, so let's just take a quick look at the Garrett AT Pro in my coin garden. I've just got a couple of coins here because I recently moved and I haven't had a chance to bury many of them, but I've got a 6-inch dime and a 7-inch dime. My ground is fairly mineralized, so you know, if you've got mild ground, you're going to get better depth than this. But so what the 6-inch dime here, see how the Garrett AT Pro does on it. So it can pick it up. The ID is not correct, but that's due to the mineralization and the depth. So then let's go over to the 7-inch dime. Got to be a little harder. Yeah, let's get it off that mode. I don't like that mode. This is the Pro mode. So numbers are all over the place, but that's to be expected. Well, let's see, I've got a right here a 58 caliber mini ball for relic hunters if you're interested. This is at about 9 inches. So pretty low numbers. Occasionally you get a high beep. Okay, let's take a look at the Equinox 900 on the coins that I've got buried here. Got a lot of iron here, but here's a 6-inch dime. And then here's a 7-inch dime. It is having a little bit of trouble on it. When you get right over it, it'll get it, but it's up averaging. But that does indicate there was a high conductive target there, and you would probably want to check that out. It's not total iron. And then here's the 9-inch mini ball. Also upper averaging on it, but again, shows that there's a high conductor down there and you dig it. Okay, I've got 2 little nuggets here that we're going to test these detectors on. Here's a 0.10, 0.40 grams. So not quite a gram. Well, not even half a gram on that one. I'm going to grab the AT Pro first in Pro mode. And I've got the smaller coil on. Alright, here's the AT Pro, Pro Zero mode on the 1/10 of a gram nugget. Take a look at the target ID on this. That's right on it. That's maybe an inch above it. And then here's the 4/10. Probably can get that 3 inches above. Okay, so here's the Equinox 900 set up with a similar size coil as the AT Pro. What I've done is gone through and chosen the best search mode and audio setup, and so what I've come up with is Park 2. I've got it in single tone. I've got everything accepted. The recovery is on, we're going to go down to 4, and iron bias we're going to do to 0. And that's one of the beauties of this machine, is being able to adjust it any way you want to for the kind of targets you're hunting. So we're going to go with that. And so here is the 1/10 of a gram nugget. That's right on it. Still getting it at probably 2.5 inches. And then here's the 4/10. And probably 5 inches above it before it disappears. Okay, so what I've got for this test, just a quick separation test to show you how the AT Pro does. Gonna use a standard coil, so what I got down there is 2 pretty long nails and a penny in between. And I've got the Garrett AT Pro set up in Pro. Let's see, we're gonna do custom. We're gonna do Pro 0. See, Pro's and indicated up here. Standard would be over here if it was on, and iron audio is on. So we're going to go over this target, see if we can. So that's the nails sounding off. Let's take the penny out and show you. We're looking for a high tone. So let's see how far apart we've got to move these nails before we can pick up the penny. Still not getting it. I would think that could get it. So you can cherry pick it. Get an occasional beep. Let's move it in just a little bit more, 1/2 inch on each side. Still getting it. Let's go a 1/2 inch more. And then we'll grab the Equinox and see how it does on these. Now let's go in a little bit more even. Okay, at that point we're barely getting a chirp, so gonna leave it there. Gonna grab the Equinox and we'll see how it does. Just leave the nails there, see if we can get it closer together to pick it up. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I have got the Equinox 900 out now, and let me just run through the settings real quick here. So we're not going to worry about noise cancel. Ground balance, won't worry about that either. Volume's 24. It's in all tones. Recovery is 3. Iron bias is 0. Now those are 2 options that you've got that I was talking about earlier that the Garrett AT Pro does not have. So I'm just going to run it like this. I'll go back, and so I do not have the penny between the nails yet, but I have left them right where they were. So I just wanted you to show you how this sounds. And I've got the iron audio on, and it's just picking up the nails. Now we're going to put the penny in between. And get it to lay flat. There we go. And we'll see if the Equinox can pick it up at those settings. Pretty easy, and that's a recovery speed of 3. Let's see how far we can move it in. So we'll go in a 1/2 inch at a time until we lose it. And even then I might be able to kick the recovery up and still get it. Still getting it, but it's getting close to disappearing. Go a 1/2 inch in further. Still getting it, getting to the center and the edge of the coil. So move it in even further. Still getting it. see if we can get it right up against it and still get it. So the Equinox is still able to get it. We'll take the penny out just to show you that it's not bolting on the nails. Maybe a little bit, but the penny was clearly being found there, or seen there. Alright, here's the AT Pro Target 1. Really struggling. Here's the Equinox Target 1. And I will dig that. Okay, Target 1, not exactly sure how deep it was. It came out of that hole second round of scoops, so probably at least 8 inches. And here's what it is. It is a flattened coat button. AT Pro Target 2. Alright, Target 2 with Equinox. We will dig that, see what that is. Okay, Target 2, not all that deep, maybe 6 inches. Looks like it's a small pewter button. AT Pro Target 6. Nothing on that one. Alright, here's Target 6 with the Equinox. Clearly a deeper target. Okay, so this one surprisingly ended up being a cuff button. Let's see if I can... Shank still on there. Yeah, looks like it's general service. Okay, well thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I know it went a little bit longer than I thought it was going to, but I hope you stuck around and watched it. I am going to take a few more older model metal detectors and compare them to some of the newer ones. And what I've got in the works is I've got a I've got a White's MXT and I've got a Technetics T2. And the T2 is going to be a lot like the Fisher F75. So I'll take both of those detectors at some point in the future and I will compare them to a newer model. Might not be another Equinox, it might be the Manticore, it might be the DS2 or whatnot. But that way you guys can see what is available in the new machines and how they perform compared to the older machines that are out there. And that way maybe you can make a decision on whether or not you want to upgrade. And if you're happy using your own model, then I mean great, you know, it's just something I wanted to do for those out there, for those that are out there that are interested. Thanks for watching.